Hi everyone and welcome back to SunBurst Tarot, where today we're going to be going through and doing a reading on Kris Jenner. So this is one that's been requested a couple times now, and what did Kris do? Is Kris really, how was her momager times? Who is she as a person? And the such. So that's what I kind of wanted to go through here today. Just some forewarnings. I really don't like her. From what I've read on her, she's someone let's just say she's not, I am not her biggest fan. Otherwise, I kind of really just wanted to try and be as unbiased as possible in trying to figure out who is she, what is her origin story, and how did she kind of get wrapped up in the rich and the famous. So, without further ado, guys, let's get into this reading here on Kris Jenner. But before we do that, just a few quick things. Remember, everything's all alleged, entertainment purposes only, no facts, y'all. This is all just my psychic opinions, downloads, and the such. So if you want to use what I'm saying to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions, please do so. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I'm not going to force you to. No one should have to force you to do anything. So with that then, also, if you guys would like to book a personal reading from me, you can do so using my website link down below in the description box. Otherwise, if you want to join YouTube members, feel free. If that's something that interests you, we've got exclusive content. You could see videos like this early, as well as discounts on personal readings. So lots of really good deals for only like $3 a month. Yeah, it's great. It's wonderful. It's a great steal in today's modern economy. Otherwise, thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope to see, we'll see you guys in the reading. So see you there. Okay, all. So we are here and back. So the first things and welcome. So the first things that I want to kind of look at right now with Kris Jenner, and the first thing I really want to look at is I want to look at kind of where did she come from? What was kind of her origin story, kind of getting into fame and fortune, and kind of like just getting in with Robert Kardashian. Like, where was she before Robert Kardashian? And even and getting together with Robert Kardashian. I just want to see like kind of what that origin really looks like. I mean, I haven't done any research on it, so if I'm completely off mark, if I'm completely off base, let me know. But really, when it comes to Kris, it feels like there's a lot of fabrication that's been done. There's a lot of things going on that have that the general public don't really know about her. Everyone's like, oh, Corey, we don't know anything about Corey. It's like, well, what do we know actually about Kris? Like, what do we actually know other than she's the momager for the Kardashian-Jenner clan? So let's take a look at how she kind of got together here with Robert Kardashian. And then, yeah, let's just take a look at that energy. Whoops. Well, King of Pentacles upright. Okay. King of Pentacles. So this King of Pentacles, is this Robert Kardashian? No. He shows up as my King of Wands. So it's like she's with this King of Pentacles. I don't know if she's gotten from one frying pan to the other, or if she's gone from one person to another. But like with this King of Pentacles, it's like I hopped. Why is this the Four of Swords? Because I'm ready to take on something new. Like this old person that I was with is no longer. So is no longer, or I'm no longer there. So it's like I'm getting out of whatever sort of situation type thing is going on over there. She was leaving. Financial influences here. The Three of Swords reversed. Maybe I should have did research. Honestly, probably shoulda, coulda, woulda. Too late for that now. But with this Three of Swords here reverses like the financial resources here, it gives me the sense of wherever I was, I am now leaving. I'm not going to be the person who's I'm not going to be the hurt person anymore. I'm going to be the one who's left. I'm going to heal. I'm going to move on. Whether these are old wounds from childhood of Maybe I was hurt, and you know what? By another individual. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm done being hurt by other people. So now I'm trying to heal from that going forward. Hopes and fears, the Knight of Swords. Yeah, I can fly the coop. I can leave. I don't have to go back. So she was trying to leave someone. I don't know if this is maybe her father or her family or someone along those lines, but it's giving me the sense of like, I'm going to leave so I can go do my own thing. I get to go be the person who speaks up. I get to go be the one who's powerful, in charge. I'm flying the coop. Unseen obstacles, though, here is the Knight of Wands upright. I don't know if she got. So when I see this card, it's a party hard rock star person. I always see this card as someone who kind of gets brought into the glitz, the glam, the lifestyle, the drugs, the alcohol, and the such. So like it's like that was like the unseen obstacle is like, you want to get into this, you want to not be hurt no more, you're going to have to kind of do some party harding, and you might not be super comfortable with it, and you might kind of get dragged into the limelight. You get dragged into feeling all powerful, doing this, doing that. The challenge here, as well as the Three of Wands. Kris is good at is Kris is very, very, she knows how to use what she's got. And seeing with this Three of Wands here, it gives me like the challenge here is this is her getting someone. She knows what she needs to do to get someone. She knows what she's gotta move, she knows what she's gotta say. And it's just finding the right one to enter into her web. What was going for her? Where she was leaving behind this person, they were coming after her. They wanted her for something. I think they wanted her, and she went to where she needed to go. She needed to get to a place that was safe, that was secure, that no one could get to her at. I also think she tried getting. I wonder if she might have taken something, stole something. It's like, because also here, it's like, I seduced the wrong person, or I got into bed with the wrong person, and now she's like, okay, shnikes, I gotta go save myself in some way here. I gotta fly the coop, but I got addicted to the lifestyle. I might have got the wrong one, and now I'm gotta somehow get myself out of jail or get myself out of trouble here. I'm avoiding the law. I'm trying to avoid going back into the poorhouse. Again, she was avoiding going into the poorhouse again and getting caught by the police or other individuals that maybe wanted something that she might have taken from them. Because here in the past, Nine of Wands, yeah, I had to defend myself. I was walking on eggshells. People were coming for me. So now I'm kind of trying to arm myself to the teeth here. And then here in the future, the Queen of Cups, it's like, okay, I am going to have to use all my emotions, all my wits, all of my ways of getting into someone's heart or head, and kind of get them underneath my spell to get what I need to protect myself, to stay away from people that want to get me. So I don't maybe end up 6 feet under for something that I did, because I did something up here that I tried getting away with, and she doesn't want to be hurt anymore. But she got in with the wrong person or wrong crowd is what this kind of feels like, ahead of getting into this glitzy, glammy lifestyle. Okay, so next I want to take a look at here. So her first husband, Robert Kardashian, at least that's the one that I know of, that's her first husband. So I want to take a look at what that relationship dynamic was like. And then I want to pull a card, how she feels about each one of her. Then we're going to look at Caitlyn Jenner. And then I want to look at how she feels about each one of her kids. And then I kind of want to look at how. Then I want to look at her Mom-ager side. After we get through the kids, I want to look at her Mom-ager side. Because there's the Kris Jenner mom, and then there's the Mom-ager. And it feels like Kris Jenner, the mom, has been gone for a very long time. So let's just take a look here at this timeline of what was the dynamic between her and Robert Kardashian? What was that all about? King of Pentacles reversed. She was running from someone. Maybe she was running from someone or trying to get away from someone. King of Pentacles reversed now. It's like this person is this person's greedy, selfish. This is someone, she was all this person's. Why? Because they wanted her stuck into a cage and she wanted out. She was someone's toy, plaything, property. It almost feels like, and they wanted to trap her, and she's like, I'm not getting trapped in here. I'm getting out of here. Financial influences, the Ten of Wands. Yeah, I'm getting out of here. I don't care what I need to do. I'm getting out of here. I will let go of this burden. I'm not going to carry you. I'm not letting you carry me. I'm getting the heck out of here. We're restructuring burdens with finances. Ooh, and then hopes and fears, the Two of Wands. Yeah, I'm gonna I don't know what direction I'm going, but I'm not staying here, so I'm gonna go find someone else. Cause this Two of Wands over here, it's like we're restructuring, we're rethinking how we see the world, and everything else. Oh goodness. Unseen obstacles, the Ten of Cups. Who did she run from? Because the Ten of Cups here, it's giving me the sense of, yeah, I got this, like, I don't know who she was running from. I don't know if this is someone that might have been her manager, and she ended up talking to one of her clients, and she ended up being like, I need help getting away from this person. And one of her clients is like, oh, baby, I'll help you get out of here. And then that's how she got out of wherever she was. I don't, if you, so how I would describe this is that Kris she's an employee of a single person. And this person kind of tells her, protects her, tells her what to do, tells her where to go, tells her who her clientele is of the day. And then when she goes, she does her clientele work, and then she brings back the money. This person gets a cut of the money because it's like, oh, we offer you protection. And whatever services that she was providing to her clients, it's like she got talking to someone. Maybe this is Robert Kardashian. It's like, oh my gosh, like, this is what's going on in my life. This guy is he's just such a horrible person. I don't know if I can say, it's a limp, but with a P at the front instead of an L, okay? And and she's like, and I think the unseen obstacle is that, yeah, she ended up, I think she had Robert help her get out of this situation. Yeah. The challenge is the Six of Swords reverse, which is leaving, distance, travel, change, getting out of a location, getting out of a place. Guys, I don't know what went for her. It's her hard work. She left behind all the work, her clientele, her base, her people, whatever she did before she met Robert Kardashian Sr. She was very good at what she did. She was very good at what she did. She knew what she had to do to get her money, to sell what she had, and she was very good at what she did. But then she's like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's almost like I need to get away from this controlling individual who I think was pushing her to an extreme amount. And I think she asked Rob for help, and it kind of turned into something. Because here in the past, the Queen of Swords, yeah, she also manipulated this situation. She also took, I think, something from this King of Pentacles. I think she took something of theirs as well when she left, as like a safekeeping or as a way of protecting herself. I don't know if this person's around anymore. I'm hearing no. But then here in the future, yeah, I got to see the world from a different perspective. Let's go upside down. Let's see things from a new perspective. See how I can manipulate this or do that. Again, with her and Rob coming together, it definitely, like I said, it feels like he might have been a client of hers and you had him help her get away from this greedy, selfish individual to live a better lifestyle and get out of the one that she was in, even though she was very good at what she did. I can't say that she wasn't. Eight of Pentacles reverse is what was going for her. She left it. It's like all of her hard work didn't accumulate to nothing. She was very good at what she did, but she left it all behind. And she was willing to leave it all behind. When I say she was making good money, like she was making good money, she's like New York penthouse type of money is what this feels like. She was very good at what she did. Not saying it was legal or people might have looked down at it, but she was very good at what she did for the rich and the famous. Okay. So, next I want to take a look at what was the relationship dynamic between her and Caitlyn Jenner. So, at the time, so between her and Caitlyn Jenner, who is the biological father of Kendall and Kylie. Also, if y'all would want me to do a deep dive on Caitlyn Jenner, let me know. I would actually love to see if Caitlyn Jenner has like a really good relationship with her two daughters. I would be very curious. I hadn't even thought of that before. Okay, so let's take a look here. What's the dynamic between Kris and Caitlyn Jenner? Let's take a look at what that relationship was like. And then we're going to look at the Mom-ager part of it all. Okay. This is the last shuffle. So let's take a look here. What was the relationship dynamic between Caitlyn and Kris? Two of Cups reversed. These two did not like each other. I don't think that this was a loving bond of any way. It's like Two of Cups reversed. They did not love each other for love's sake. Can you focus, please? Thank you. It's like they didn't love each other for love's sake. Why was this? Ten of Cups. This was like an organized thing. Ten of Cups reversed is giving me like this is like larger families, larger groups of people, I think kind of maybe came together to put these two together. Also, I just don't think they liked each other or they had different ways of how they wanted to raise their kids or had different values on family, but they were still together because financial influences on the situation. Four of Wands. Because they paired well together. They were able to come into a room. It's like one of them was the brain, one of them was the brawn. And like they were able to kind of meld their worlds together to kind of control the masses in whatever way that was. They were very, very good at when they were together. Hopes and fears here is the Three of Cups reversed. So I don't think the eldest three daughters, Chloe, Courtney, and Kim, liked this relationship at all. I think they probably saw this as they saw this as nasty. They didn't like it. People were mean. Like, I don't think they were very nice to Caitlyn. I don't think they were even nice to their younger siblings. Because it's like those three versus the other three. I mean, sure, we can throw Rob in there, but like, yeah, no, we could probably throw Rob in with the younger two, because it's like they didn't even like him. And it's almost, we'll dig into how Kris feels about each one of the kids. But with this Three of Cups here, it's like, I don't think the oldest three girls were very kind, and I don't think liked each other. Not liked each other, but they did not like this union. Because unseen obstacles, lots and lots of secrets. Why they got together? Again, I think it was an outside force that kind of got them together here. Because how I'm seeing it is like there's a business type of agreement on the back end because they didn't like each other. But it's like, but we work well together. We know how to work well together. Unseen obstacle, lots of secrets. I wonder if they even have those about each other. The other challenge here, the Queen of Cups. here is our lovely, lovely, lovely Kris showing up in all of her glory. And that's kind of like she was also able to, I think, use Caitlyn a lot. She was able to use her money, use her status, use her position, and the such to get what she wanted. Kris was able to get what she wanted from Caitlyn's position, is what it feels like. And it's almost like Kris had Caitlyn wrapped around her finger to get what she wanted whenever she wanted. What was going for them? They worked very, very well together. Eight of Pentacles upright, masters of their craft in whatever they did. So they worked extremely well together. Whew. Excuse me. Here in the past, Eight of Swords, yeah. They also got together, it feels like, to get themselves both out of a bout of trouble. Eight of Swords versus like other people were coming after them. It's like, okay, we both have people coming after us, but you know what? If us together is better than us doing it alone. And it's like we're stronger together than apart. It's like an enemy of the enemy is a friend, is kind of the general energy of that. And then here in the future, contracts, Three of Pentacles. These two, in my opinion, had a very business-oriented, contracted relationship. Contracts, putting together agreements. What can we say in divorce court? What can we say in afterwards? I also believe that there's some really heavy NDAs that were signed after their separation. So, like, there's a lot of stuff even behind the scenes within this relationship dynamic that I think are hidden, that a lot of secrets were held about each other and about, I think, enemies that had been coming against them. But to remember, together they were stronger than apart. And you know what? If we need to have a few kids to make whatever work, like, that was fine. We'll do that to make whatever we need to work. Okay, so that's that dynamic. So next I want to take a look at this Mom-ager part of it all. And again, like I said before, like how did Kris and Robert Sr. get together? Let's see. Let's just see. What's this whole dynamic with Kris and essentially being a Mom-ager for her daughters? Because I don't know what Robert Jr.'s doing, but I just hear about the daughters all the time. So let's just see, what was Kris with the intentions, and what was kind of the energy around her being like a Mom-ager, essentially. Mom-ager. If you have not gone and seen that RuPaul Drag Race episode, I highly suggest you do. It's great. I love it. It's so funny. And I can't get out of my head. Okay. So let's take a look here. What was kind of the energy around this Mom-ager? Queen of Swords, you're going to say what I do. She was the legal expert, the one who's like, we're going to go do things. Queen of Swords type of energy. Why was this the Queen of Pentacles? Whenever this whole Mom-ager thing started, it was because there was like a lack of money, or they were running out of resources available to them. So it's like, okay, I got to take control of this to be, like, again, I think there are some pretty deep wounds from Kris feeling around money, and having resources available to her to maintain not just a lifestyle, but maintain her level of security that she has now built for herself. Again, what I see is this is someone, when I look at Kris and it's like, show me the past, I see a shack, and there's snow all around it. There's a pipe coming up from it. And it looks like there's an old wood stove, and you're walking up to the door, and you're seeing Kris, a little, like, 7-8-year-old Kris in a jacket that has seen better days and has got patches everywhere. And I think that's where she came from. I don't know her history, but it's like she ends up leaving with this guy, getting away from, I think, extreme poverty in some cases, it feels like. And I think there's still a huge wound of I never want to go back to that, because it's like the life that she lives now is nothing that she could have imagined when she first, like, from like the beginnings of her life. Maybe I'm completely off base here, but that's what it kind of feels like. It's like, okay, I'm running low on money. Nikes, I got to do something about this, because like it triggers, and it triggered an immense wound in her. Cause yeah, financial influences here. Because it's like I can't avoid things from going downhill right now. I need to. This is like her becoming a momager ended up being like was because of internal old wounds. I feel like that she, instead of combating and thinking about and healing from, instead she's like no 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 no, and instead of just letting other people have control, it's like she needed to have control over everything. She needed to do this, she needed to do that, she needed to do A, B, C, D, E, Y, and then if I needed to go do Z on top of it all, I'm going to do it all, because it's like that wound is so deep within her, and I think there's so much shame, and that's not a, and for anyone who might be like, oh my goodness gracious, like you've had, like, for those who have come up from having like nothing and then having something and then having maybe like an intense fear of having to go back, like that's what this really feels like. And I do feel for Kris in that way. Do I think her means, do I think her justifications are just? Do I feel that do I feel that how she feels and looks at her daughters to make sure that she doesn't not have money is good? No, I think that's horrible. But this is also what we see from a mindset of someone who has wounds that they have not actively reflected on and tried to actively heal from. So like what we see, it feels like in this momager era, is someone who, instead of healing from those wounds, went and said, oh no, we're not, and just went off and did her own thing, and now has become essentially a control freak, because the wound is like constantly getting triggered and more triggered. Hopes and fears here, the Two of Cups reversed. When I say Kris has, it feels like she's got some, she doesn't care who she hurts. She doesn't care. It feels like, at least in this scenario, when it comes to this momager, it's like this wound is worth more to her than her family. Her money, her resources, her stability is worth more than her family or how people view her. She's like, I will burn bridges to maintain my status, to maintain my wealth, to maintain my security blanket. And because like this Two of Cups is like, I don't care. It's like my hopes and fears, like, sure, I'll cut other people off. Do I want to? No. But it's like, I'm not afraid to. Unseen obstacles, the Sun reversed. With the Sun reversed, it's giving me the sense of there are things hidden within her tower that if they came out, she would be embarrassed. There would be shame. There would be a sense of, with Kris, it's almost like if this comes out, it's going to ruin everything. It's like her entire identity is gone. And and let me tell you that like healing inner child wounds is so important, because like what this feels like is the unseen obstacle for Kris here is that it's like there's a part of her that's like, I can't let anyone know. I'm super ashamed of this. I can't let, no, 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 no. Like this isn't true. It's almost like she's gaslit herself into what she wanted her childhood to be and not what her childhood actually was. Again, this is what I'm feeling, and maybe I am completely off the rocker. I don't think so, but to each their own. And so, like, looking here again, it's like this wound that Kris holds from childhood that she never healed. She's never healed that inner child that feels not good enough. Like, this is like a huge abandonment wound and a rejection wound, and it's kind of led her into, that wasn't my childhood. Like, this other idealistic childhood was hers. Like, it legitimately feels like she's gaslit herself into what she thinks her childhood actually was. It really, really does. Because, like, I don't want to address this. I'm keeping this inside. And you know what? If it comes out, it's going to be the end of me. And that's like the unseen obstacle here, is that she doesn't want this revealed. She doesn't want this part of her that she feels so much shame and guilt over. But it's like, this isn't anything to be shameful or guilty about, Kris. It's like, yes, your circumstances to get here might have been unorthodox and they might not have been, and people might judge them, but this is still your story. This is still your journey. And I'm not condoning what she's maybe had to do to maintain her stability and security with her daughters. I'm not condoning that. But what I would say is, for anyone who feels guilt or shame over their story, you don't need to feel guilt or shame over your story on how you've gotten somewhere. That's your story. And yours might have been easier, yours might have been harder. But at the same time, like, if we can't address what was going on during those times that were so formative of who you are today, and we can't go back and heal those wounds, whether this is something that your father did or your mother did or your siblings did, like, we need to address that and heal that so that it's not going to be passed down to your kids or other individuals around you, because it's not just, oh, I have a family. Oh, I'm not going to pass that down to my kids. No, this is now how you are affecting other people around you, and then that affects how they affect other people around them, and then others, and then others. And again, this is why it feels like, Kris, you need to frickin' heal this wound. You have to address it, because she's never addressed it. The challenge here, the Two of Swords, it's a decision that she's made. It's like she doesn't want to address the big boogeyman in the background of what was actually going on, how she got where she was. She doesn't want to address it. We have a choice to, but it's like, but remember, looking here, it's like, I have a choice. What decision am I making? I'm not making one. The boogeyman's right there. I can go back and confront it, but I'm just waiting for it to come up out of the shadows. And I'm like, but you know it's there. You know it's there and you can see it, but yet you refuse to address it. And I know it is harder said than done. And I know it is uncomfortable. I know it is challenging and emotionally draining and the such. But again, do you want to keep having this looming person or this looming weight in the background just waiting to strike? Or are you going to be the one that chooses to fight and say, I'm done with this. Either I'm getting up and walking away. I'm not letting this can stay right where it's at. And, or I can be back there and address it and be like, okay, this is done. This is over with. We're not doing this anymore. Bye. And it's going to be slain right there. But why are we letting this thing come up and rear its ugly head when we can either walk away from it or address it? What's going for her? Page of Pentacles reversed. When it comes to this Mom-ager thing, feels like she got duped. Page of Pentacles reversed. We were given money, but it's like we got duped into what was actually in the briefcase. What I'm seeing is, oh goodness gracious, what's it called? Deal or no deal? And it's like, you get to choose one of the how many briefcases that are up there. And it's like, you chose your briefcase, you made it to the end, and then when you open up your briefcase, it's like the $50 that's in there. Even though it was the $50 or it was going to be the million. And like, instead of, or maybe it's the other way around, where it's like, you chose your case, but then there's the other case that's up there, and it's like, do you keep your case or do you take the one that's up there? And you took the one that was up there and it was $50 while the one in your case was $1 million. That's what it feels like is like what went for her. It's that she didn't trust herself with her abilities to get where she needed to be. Instead, she kind of took bad deals from other people. In this Mom-ager type of thing. Here in the past, the Temperance, yep, I wanted to find balance, I wanted to find stability. And then here in the future, the Magician, because I wanted power, I wanted to be someone who could have my voice heard. I can have power. I can have a voice. I can be the salesman of other people. And that's kind of what she ended up doing. She was the salesman of her daughters. Man, Kris. And this is why, when we look at it, it's like, why should we need to have all of this stuff? So, let's take a look here at... So next I want to just take a look at what's going on between Kris and her daughters. So, Kris and her daughters. Or I should say not daughters, but Kris and her children. How does she feel about each one of her children here? And then I want to take a look at just her most recent activity, whatever that is. So let's just take a look. How does she feel about each one of her children? The order that I'm going to go in is I'm going to go in Courtney, I'm going to go Kim, I'm going to do Chloe, I'm going to do Rob, I'm going to do Kendall, and then I'm going to do Kylie. So let's take a look at how she feels about each one of her children. We're going to pull 2 cards each, and it's going to be, how does she feel like on the outside, or how does she express herself, but then how does she feel internally about each one? So we'll pull 2 cards each for them and kind of go from there. So give it one more great big old shuffle. And then let's take a look at how Kris feels about her children. Okay. So how does she feel about Courtney? On the outside, she puts on a very united front. I think she also feels stuck in how it's like the same old, same old. 8 of Wands reversed. It's like things aren't moving forward, things aren't moving backwards. It's like things are kind of stuck where they're at. There's not been a change in that dynamic, it feels like. Also, it feels like I'm only one way with her. There's not multiple personalities to me. It's like, this is who it is. This is who I am to her on the outside. How does she feel on the inside? 8 of Pentacles. She loves how hard Courtney works. She's very proud of what Courtney's been able to put together. I think she also sees Courtney as the workhorse of her family, which is like wild considering look what Kim's all doing. But this is like Courtney is someone who's like, I don't need, I don't move forward with that relationship. It's kind of where it is, but she's extremely proud of all the hard work that Courtney's been able to do. Good for her. Okay. Then we have then we have Kim, who, I have to say this because in my Diddy readings with Tupac and Biggie, they're like, next time you do a reading on, whenever next time you have to do something with Kim, you have to say this nickname. And I'm like, okay, what's the nickname? They're like, Little Mamas. And I'm like, what do you mean Lil Mamas? And they're like, Lil Mamas. And I'm like, okay. So Kim, aka Lil Mamas. She's like, it's like Lil Mamas. I'm taking this as it's a mini version of Kris. That's what I'm going with. I'm not 100% certain, but that's what we're going with. So let's take a look at how she treats. Okay, so how she looks at Kim on the outside. The Hierophant. She is committed. She really likes how committed Kim is to the causes that she is a part of, the organizations that she is a part of, her commitment to being on the top, the CEOs, to being a part of higher powers and the such. How does Kris feel on the inside, though? She's very worried about Kim. 9 of Swords. Very worried. I think also with Kim, I don't know if she has any regrets of what she did with Kim. It's very complicated yes and no there, is what I'm kind of getting. It's like, on the inside, it's like Kim, for her, was someone... Do I think she regrets some of the situations that she put Kim in? Yes and a no. It's a very weird, because it's almost like whatever Kim had to do, whatever situations she put Kim into or led Kim into, it's like, and this is why we need to address childhood wounds and trauma, because it's like, it's like deep down she knows it was wrong, but on the surface, to protect her own sanity and to protect her morality, she's like, I did it because we had to. Yep. Did it because we had to. Also, I keep hearing the I did it so you can do it. I did it so you can do it. Is that right? Heck no. But that's what it feels like, the justification Kris gives to herself every day to make and it just to keep her sanity, because it's like, I did it so you can do it. I did it so you can do it. Oh, it's disgusting. Okay, let's look at Chloe. So how does she feel about Chloe? Chloe is the mistress who, if she needed someone to go in and get stuff done, like if there's someone who follows, when it looks from Kris, it's like Kris almost sees Chloe as the one who's like, who really nailed how to play the seduction game. That was Chloe. Chloe knows how to play the seduction game and knows how to get in, get information, and get out and not get attached to people. Chloe is like the business version of Kris. It's like, I don't have a lot of attachment. I just get in, get out, do what I need to do, and the such. How does she feel internally, though? The Seven of Wands reversed. When it comes to Chloe and how Kris feels like internally about Chloe, it's very much like, I know what I asked her to do, and like out of all, like for Kim, it's like, I know what I asked you to do. What you did is what I did it, so you can do it. With Chloe, though, it's like she was so good at the game, and it's like, you're just so good at the game, like I can't deny it. It's almost, it gives me the sense of like, Chloe, you're so good at the game. I don't know if she's jealous of Chloe. No, but she's very much of the mindset of like, I can't deny it. I can't deny how smart you are. I can't deny how well versed you are. I can't deny your charm. I can't deny how you do things, because it's like, how Chloe does things, how Chloe thinks, how Chloe acts is how I think Kris would like to act and do things, but Kris is unable to. And it's just because that's how much Chloe is kind of, she respects Chloe in that way. Do I think they get along, though? No. I think Chloe wants nothing to do with Kris, because I almost think that Chloe feels above Kris in some ways. Oh, yeah. Let's look at Rob, the Death card. How does she feel about Rob on the outside? The Death card reversed. This is a relationship that's gone. She sees Robert Sr. in him, I think, too much. So it's like, it's really hard for her on the outside. Like, I would even imagine like she's always comparing him to his late father, or things that he did, or how he spoke, or how he did things, or how he looks, and this, that, and the other thing. And I think there's a tough time, especially on the outside of, this is a forced death and rebirth. This is one that happened, and it's like, I don't want this to happen. Again, I don't know if Kris wanted to actually divorce Robert Sr. or separate from Robert Sr., at least after the fact, but there's definitely a sense of regret. There's a sense of pining, and she can't separate Robert Sr. from Robert Jr. How does she feel on the inside? The Emperor about him. For some reason, I think she, like, if she could, Robert showing up as she's seeing Robert on the internally as the Emperor. Whatever Robert says, she does. On just a emotional level. She sees Robert Sr. and Robert Jr. almost as the same. It's a weird relationship. I'm not saying it isn't. It's just a weird relationship. It's like, whatever Robert Jr. says or would want, she's going to do. He is the leader of her life. Complete mama's boy. whatever he wants, he will get, because it's almost like, I don't know, this is a very weird energy of like, it almost seems that like Kris internally sees Robert Jr. as someone to look up to get directions from. It's very odd. Considering it's like, but I see you as an old version of you, but not the whatever. Okay, let's look at Kendall. How does she talk to him? Oh, she's not nice to Kendall. I think she yells at Kendall a lot. Page of Wands reversed. How does she like think of Kendall on the outside? She sees Kendall as a wild child. She's like, you don't do anything. It's like, you do too much or you do too little. You're always going off and doing your own thing, but you don't follow me. Why do you do this and why do you do that? There's a lot of yelling. There's a lot of misguided aggressions against her. I also see Kendall as like a punching bag for some reason for her. And like if Kris is having a bad day, she goes and she talks to Kendall and takes it out on Kendall. Kendall is the punching bag. Kendall is the person she dumps stuff on a lot. Internally, how does she feel about her? Queen of Pentacles. She does not like Kendall. Also, with this Queen of Pentacles here, how does she feel internally? She's like, she sees Kendall as like a waste of money, a waste of resources. She does not like Kendall because it's like, I put all this into you and nothing comes out. Like, meh. Then we have Kylie. Oh, Kylie, you're so self-made. You know what you're doing in business. You're so good at what you do. You're at the top of your game. You know how to do business. You know how to make money. You're self-sufficient. How does she feel internally, though? Like, on the outside, she sees Kylie as someone who's like self-made, self-sufficient, but on the inside, she's like, but you don't move anywhere. You don't move. You aren't doing anything. I almost see this as like, when it comes to Kylie, how does she feel about Kylie? It's, you're so independent, but at the same time, like, you don't know how to market yourself. You could be so much bigger than you already are, but you don't showcase yourself. You don't flaunt it like you should. 'Cause like, I feel like she thinks that Kylie, if Kylie actually wanted to go do stuff, she would be so independent, it's not even funny. But she's like, you just don't go out and put yourself out there like you should. If you put yourself out there more, like, instead of us having to do all the work, then like you could be so big, right? So that's what I'm feeling here for how does Kris feel about her children. So next I want to just see what's kind of the general energy of what Kris is going through. Let's take a look. If you guys want to look at the Kris and Diddy, I did that in a different video. My Kris Jenner and Corey Gamble video with Diddy. So you can go check that one out if you want to go look more at that relationship dynamic. That's a wackadoodle. So I just want to see what's kind of the upcoming energy here for Kris. Because she's just one weird ma that I do not like. So let's take a look here at what's going on for Miss Kris Jenner in the near future. What's kind of the energy that we should be expecting from her? Let's take a look. Queen of Pentacles reversed. She's losing more money. Falling off of her throne, not having resources, money, and the such available to her. Why? Page of Wands. Because she's having to put money into other people. I'm saying one thing, doing another. Resources are going in different directions than what she thought. She's also not getting support from her legacy, her money. Again, I don't think she has access to money that she has had access to in the past. 10 of Pentacles reversed. It's like the industry, the people, my people behind me aren't here no more. Where am I supposed to get my money from? Hopes and fears. 10 of Wands. I'm hoping I can restructure all these burdens that I'm carrying. I can let go of some so I can kind of just focus on me. I'm going to pull this one. For unseen obstacles is the 4 of Pentacles. She wants to hold on to her safety and security and stability. That's what she wants. She wants to keep her safety, security, and stability. And that's the unseen obstacles that I don't think she's going to be able to. She wants to keep it. She wants to keep things under lock and key. She wants things in a vault. She wants things protected. But I don't think that's going to be where they're at. Because the challenge here, Knight of Pentacles, things are slowly but surely going to come out. People are slowly but surely going to start saying things. And information. What's going for her? She's got a lot of paranoia. Also, there's people coming for her. Why is this a good thing? It's because I think this feels more like law enforcement is coming for her, or rather than maybe people who want to take her out to the other side. And there's people who, I don't know if they want to protect her. No, but it's almost like we're coming for you because we want to make sure that you aren't going to be saying diddly squat. Here in the past, Knight of Swords, partied hard like a rock star. Again, it's like there's something or someone showcased something or said something. Again, it feels like almost all of her old wounds are going to get triggered all at once here. Am I worried about her maybe taking herself off to the other side here? No. There's a slight yes there in the background. But excuse me. There's a sense of it's like it's already gotten this worse and I'm here. It would take something super major for her, I think, to take herself off to the other side. I don't know if that's going to be happening, but there is like is it like 0% that it's happening? No, it's almost like it feels like a 20-25% chance that it might happen. I don't think it's high though. And then here in the future, the Emperor. Oh, there's Corey. Isn't that Corey, isn't it? Yeah, that's Corey. So with Corey, it feels like Corey might be trying to make a move here with Kris and what needs to be done, what needs to be said, trying to protect her and her money. But I also see here is, I don't know, is she going to protect Corey? No. Is Corey going to fall though? No. But there's something here in the background with Corey. It feels like that's really upcoming, that's on like the forefront of her mind, the forefront of what she's been trying to do and the such. So, do I need extra information on that? Nah. So, with that, that's what I'm feeling here on Kris Jenner. If you guys enjoyed this, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your own thoughts, opinions, and ideas in the comments down below. And if you guys would like to book a personal reading, feel free. You can do that using the website link down below. Otherwise, if you would like to get a membership to the channel, lots of goodies for you for $3 a month and the such down there if that's something that you like to do. So without further ado, thank you all so very, very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!